Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you for this is going to be for an episode review finally for the new Stranger Things Part 2 episode reviews for episodes 8 and 9. But I'm only reviewing episode 8 right now, and then I'll have to watch episode 9 and then come back to you when I'm done with that episode and give it a review because it is the final episode for season 4. Episode 9 will be the last episode uh, that I'll review. So this is for episode 8 review that I watched this morning, which is for chapter 8 Papa is what it's called. So I'm going to discuss what I watched for this. Sorry, my throat's a little scratchy right now. But yeah, I'm going to discuss what I watched for this episode for Stranger Things 4, episode 8, and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this episode review for Stranger Things 4, episode 8 review. Now it starts where it left off from the last part. It was leaving off where uh, basically Nancy was trapped by Vecna and his kind of spell or whatever, Vecna's curse or whatever. So basically, Nancy's trying to escape and all that, and she does eventually escape. And Vecna tells her to tell Eleven that he's gonna destroy everything. So Vecna is, I think Jamie Campbell who plays Vecna, which I found out who did play Vecna. It was Jamie Campbell. He did pretty good, uh, playing as Vecna. So yeah, I'm enjoying his character for sure, even though he's a villain and you kind of want him to die. It's gonna be a tough fight for the last episode, but this is building up to the last episode for sure for the final fight. So I think the last episode is gonna be pretty long, but yeah. Then after Nancy escapes from Vecna, uh, and all that. She tells everyone what his plan is and all that, and that she's going to destroy Eleven and the whole town of Hawkins, or he's going to destroy Eleven and the whole town of Hawkins. So basically, yeah, it's going to be a pretty intense episode for episode 9. And uh, what happens is Eleven is on her own journey trying to figure out what she's going to do about Vecna and all that, also known as Henry Number One, which is what he is, and uh, where he came from and all that. So, yeah, there's even this army guy, there was the soldier guy in this episode, the lieutenant, and he is going after Eleven and trying to kill her. So basically, he thinks she's the cause of all this, and it's totally backwards. It's the opposite way around. But yeah, he thinks she's killing these teens. So yeah, there's a lot going on in this whole season, but even Hopper and Joyce and Murray are trying to escape with the Russian guy and Yuri to get away from the facility, the prison. So they're on their own adventure, and they're basically trying to go back to America to see what's going on in the town of Hawkins, which that's probably where they're gonna go for sure for the final episode. I don't know. We'll just wait and see what happens. But basically, yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. It was a pretty good episode. I wouldn't call it the best episode. I have my critiques about it, but other than that, it was a really enjoyable episode. And Chrissy's boyfriend or whatever, the jock guy or whatever, the basketball dude, is trying to go after Eddie Munson and try to kill him. So we're going to see how that unfolds in the final episode of this season. So, yeah, it'll be a pretty interesting episode, the final one. But, yeah, I like how Eleven in this episode, also known as Jane, and Millie Bobby Brown's character, she, like, got her powers back, and she basically was holding on to a helicopter. She used her powers to just kind of destroy a helicopter when the military guys were invading that facility where Dr. Brenner was testing 11 to see if when she's going to get her abilities back, and he was also keeping her captive for this episode, um, because she was ready to go back to help save the people in Hawkins. And then Dr. Brenner, also known as Papa, I guess, stops her from doing that because he thinks she's not ready yet. But yeah, and it ends with uh, basically she's leaving the facility and all that and going with Mike and them to go back to Hawkins. So I guess that's where they're gonna go. So yeah, it's gonna be a pretty intense episode for episode 8, and it ends with uh what is it? Max and Sinclair and the other Lucas and Max, Lucas and his sister and all that going to help Max this I guess be the distraction for so that Vecna can swoop in for the kill, and then uh basically Nancy and them are gonna try to kill him. Vecna, of course, in the Upside Down. So now to rate this episode. I really enjoyed this episode. It's a really good episode. I just had to go into explanation of what I watched through this episode. It was an hour and 25 minutes long, or almost 86 minutes long. So it was pretty lengthy, but it was a really enjoyable episode. So, first score for me, I'm giving episode 8 for Stranger Things season 4. I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed this episode. In my personal opinion, I love it. Um, I love how it's building up to the final fight, the final boss fight against Vecna, and there's going to be a lot of stuff going on in the final episode of Stranger Things 4. So it's going to be a really enjoyable episode, and you'll be seeing a review from me sometime tonight for it. But anyways, comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the Stranger Things 4 episode 8, if you've seen it on Netflix or online. I had to watch it online because my Netflix got canceled uh, for a time. So yeah, I'll probably watch the final episode online. And yeah, because Netflix is charging so much for their membership, and it's ridiculous. But if you did enjoy this episode review for season 4, episode 8 review for Stranger Things 4, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can. Support the channel. Sorry that my throat's very scratchy. I was singing pretty hard when I was going to get groceries and all that. I was just listening to my music and singing along to it. So basically, my throat's a little sore from that. That's why my voice is really cracked up. So that's why you're not hearing me very well, but I'm doing the best I can to talk as best as I can. But anyways, I will have episode 9 review come out sometime late this afternoon or whenever I get done with it. I gotta go watch it, but I'm gonna upload this to you guys after I'm done recording this. So until then, I hope you enjoyed this episode 8 review for Stranger Things 4. Keep in mind, I explained it the best way I could. I did explain spoilers, what happens in the episode of what I watched. And yeah, if you haven't watched this show, I would recommend watching this show. It's a really good show. In my personal opinion, I really love this show. So stay safe, take care, guys, and as always, I will see you in my next review.